Okay, kids, let's imagine together that art class is over other than cleanup. You've done a lot of great work today. Maybe you painted, maybe you were sculpting, maybe you were just drawing with a pencil. I don't know. No matter what you did today in art, you and your table mates are now responsible for cleaning up your table in order to leave this room when the bell rings. Cleanup is the most important part of art other than art making because it prepares the space for the next group of people to come in and create after you. So on your table, you probably will have a project of some sort. You will probably have materials, maybe some trash, some puddles of water, and it all has to go. Your table needs to basically look brand spanking new in order to leave this room. Let's start by putting away that project. So whatever it may be, it's only going to go in one of three places. It's either going to go in the drying rack if it's a wet, two-dimensional project. If it is a dry, two-dimensional project, you are welcome to put it in your portfolio inside your portfolio slot. If it is a three-dimensional project, you will be putting it on a designated shelf that I will be telling you about that day. Once your art project is safely stowed away in one of the three previously mentioned locations, then it's time to take care of your materials, the tools that you use to create your art today. Now, we do something different literally every single day in art, and so it's impossible for me to tell you the whole story right here, right now, with this short little video. But an overarching rule is that all the materials you use should be returned to the spot from whence they came, except for what I call quote-unquote dirty dishes. That's usually painty palettes, paintbrushes, and those puppy bowls that we use for rinsing our brushes. Those all need to go in the sink. Please put them in the sink that is to the left of the art room door. It's the best sink to do dishes in. If you have the time and you'd like to help an old art teacher out, you can give the puppy bowl a quick rinse by rinsing out the bowl and then squeezing out the gross water from the disgusting sponge inside and putting it to the side to dry, and then using your paintbrush to wash off your paint palette. That would be very, very helpful to me, if at all possible, for you to clean your own brushes and your own palettes. Once you've used that paintbrush to successfully clean off the palette, you will take your paintbrush and the palm of your hand under warm running water and just rub it in a circle in the center of your palm to clean out the bristles and give it a good smoothing so that the brush dries in a normal shape. However, in reality, most of the time this is not possible because there are too many people trying to get at the sinks at once to wash their hands and drop off their dishes. So if it's not possible for you to wash your own dishes, that's okay. Just make sure they at least get into the sink. Okay, back to my table here. It's looking better, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not done. There are markers everywhere. I still have some materials to take care of. I will be putting everything back from where I got it. So the markers are gonna go back in the table caddy and my pencil's gonna go back where I got it. And the next thing to take care of after materials is double checking for trash. Trash on top of the table and trash underneath the table. Make sure all trash on and around your table gets picked up and put into the trash can. The trash can is the gray one. The blue one is a recycling can for paper, metals, and plastics. Please do not throw trash into the recycling bin. Okay, kids, we are almost done with our cleanup adventure, but there's one more thing to do. I gotta clean up a puddle on my table, and I gotta spray down and wipe my table. By the sink to the left of the art room door, there will be multiple spray bottles with cleaning solution inside, as well as a paper towel dispenser. There will also be stacks and stacks of these pink chamois towels. The pink chamois towels are really best for cleaning up big spills, right? Like this one. They're ultra absorbent and they're big and they clean up big spills rather quickly. So any big spills, feel free to grab a pink chamois towel, wipe up the spill, and then return it to the orange bucket that's underneath the table with all of the spray bottles on it. The second to last step of cleanup is to spray down and wipe your table. Again, you will be using a spray bottle with cleaning solution inside, so it's not a good idea to get this on anyone, including yourself. Try your best to keep it just on the table, right? And use a paper towel once it's fully sprayed to wipe it down nicely. Make sure not to miss any spots. You can tell if a table has been sprayed and then not wiped, and I would like you to do both, spray down and wipe the entire table. Make it nice for the next people coming in. As a side note, please make sure that any and all paper towels get thrown away into the trash can. Yes, the trash can. Unfortunately, used paper towels cannot be recycled. The very final step of cleanup might just be the most difficult. The last step of cleanup, my friends, is to go back to your seat and sit down. There will be a cleanup boss standing up at that part of the board that I'm looking at right now, and they will be looking to see tables that are clean with students seated at them in order to let you leave. More about that later. If you are one of the lucky ones who has art class at the very, very end of the day, period 7, you are actually not going to sit down at your stool. You are going to pick up your stool and flip it over on the table like this and stand by your spot in order to have the cleanup boss let you leave. Now, let's talk more about the cleanup boss, because every single one of you is going to have this job one week or another. When you are chosen to be the cleanup boss, your job will not be to clean, but to stand up at the cleanup board and move magnets from stay and clean on the left side of the chart over to the right side that says leave at bell. Each one of these magnets on the board corresponds to a table out there in the classroom. So we have red for red table, orange, yellow, green. This is a tricky one. This dark one is the blue table. That blue table right there. Then we have purple table, pink table, and another tricky one, turquoise table. It's the lighter blue color to correspond to that table. So cleanup bosses, as you're looking across the room during cleanup, you are going to check to see that the table is completely clean and wiped down, and that all the students at that table are now seated and ready for their next class and ready to leave as soon as that bell rings. Any magnets that are remaining on the left side of the board when the bell rings do have to remain behind just for a couple extra seconds to finish cleanup in order for this room to run smoothly so that I can accept my next group of students and they don't have a messy room to deal with. Performing a good cleanup for the next class is a wonderfully easy way to build up some good karma for yourself, so think about it.